Hi, I am Neil. I will be featuring the argument of Bernard Williams to take us into why it is important to study the subject matter. So during my entire study in ethics, it prescribes us that we have to live accordingly by doing the right thing. So that is achieving a moral life. However, living a moral life is not really that easy. The central question in moral psychology is that can human beings be good? So according to Bernard Williams, an ethical conception ethics conceives of how our life are to be lived. Because since it is prescriptive and normative, it tells us how to live a good life. And it must be expected to be rooted in and vidify our lives, and it cannot be at odds such as our psychological capacity. If ethics insists a certain prescription that is not compatible with our psychological constitutions, then at best, Williams would say that it would be a very tenuous claim to our assent. There will be a difficulty to accept that claim. So it is hard for us to accept how can we be able to perform such an action if in the first place we are not capable of doing such. In moral psychology, we have what we call ought implies can, which means that when you tell me that I ought to do something, then it implies that I can do it. But how can we know, or how can you know that we can perform what we are ought to do is something that we could really do? So in moral psychology, what it is something that we presuppose or you presuppose that we can do needs an empirical finding. So it only answers philosophical question using empirical method in order to verify the claims by utilizing this using experiments or observations to come up a data to support it. So it is important to study moral psychology because first it introduces us to the psychological aspects of morality. For example, the human emotions as a motivator to affect behavior towards a certain situation in acting the right thing. It is also important to study moral psychology in order to understand the question it poses. Why do we act morally? So, is it because of our character of being a virtuous person, or is it because of the factors that a situation have? Second, to understand the question, why do we sometimes fail? By failing to act morally, is it because of the lack of our character, or is it because the factors that are present in a situation where an agent cannot morally act in that situation? To end this video discussion, I would like to borrow a line from Tiberius, and he said, "Philosophy will be better if it will be informed of an accurate picture of psychology, and psychology will be better with an informed perspective on the normative." So thank you for listening, and I hope that you have get something from this video discussion. Bye-bye!